that's where I've always said I've never found, and people take the piss at me. I said since January, for me, Villa has one of the best squads in the Premier League. I might even put my neck out there and say the best squad.
Yes, I want Deji's 3 minutes.
I've been accused of stealing
some snacks for this,
and that's why I've started to kind of not go straight into it, straight away. But if you guys are giving me the floor, I'll take it with pleasure. Now, Josh, I warned you several times. Let me just be real. I'm going to say a couple of things, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Like, when I first met Josh, I could see that he was navigating. He was navigating from a space of doing Villa watch-alongs to entering the space of panel debate. Now, you've got to understand, Villa watch-alongs is very hard to get numbers.
Are you doing a backstory, Deji?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's very hard to get numbers for Villa, and Josh, he was finding it very difficult. He was toiling. He's like, how can I make this more exciting? And I said, look, hopefully one day your team can win some games and the numbers will rise. The biggest thing that Josh did, though, instead of staying humble, he thought he could enter this space and start to banter and make wild statements. Statements such as, we'll get Champions League football. Statements such as, he's got the best squad in the Prem. I have to say, Josh, you've gone from someone I hold up here to one of the most disgraceful people I've ever seen in my life. And the truth of the matter is, Josh, you were one of the ones that told me that results matter, that trophies matter. When I was poo-pooing trophies, you wanted to do your high horse. The situation remains that after all that bluster, because I've got to use the language where Josh is from, bluster, you might end up not being in a Champions League spot and without a trophy. Who is the Muggins? Because if Spurs win the Europa League and get Champions League football and you finish 7th, guess who had the better season, Josh? My club. Nobody gives a damn about Bayern Munich. Nobody gives a damn about you huffed and puffed against PSG, because guess what? You huffed and puffed and you're out. You understand what I'm saying to you, bruv? You beat Newcastle and then you got whacked up. You are now 7th in the Prem. After all this, Villa's back. Villa is this. Even the Prince stopped his duties and started attending matches. I mean, we got royal family involved. Involved for what?
Regal.
Involved for what, Sir Lancelot?
Regal.
Involved for what, Sir Lancelot?
Regal.
Involved for what, Sir Lancelot? In what were they? What say you, Sir Lancelot? Nothing. Absolutely rubbish. Josh, I hope for your sake, bro, that you get Champions League. Because you know for a fact, anything below 5th is a disgrace for your club. And the last thing I would say is we're looking very long for you, Sir Lancelot, because I done told you that Emre is good in Europe. He's not good domestically. He's not good when it comes to league position. Listen to your crap pretty much for 34 games. You have this tonight to apologize to us, and we will allow you. If not, we will all be on your channel on separate days, which you must allow, where we give home truths about your club.
And him.
What say you? What I need to find out from Josh is, if Villa finish 7th or lower, does your manager get sacked? Now, you might say that's a bit, is a bit far-fetched. We're quite happy with the manager's job. I know, Josh, you've got low standards for your club, but I'm hoping with time that you spent with this illustrious panel, you might have some kahunas, you might have some standards, and might stand up for your club. Do you know, like, 7th is a backward step? Legitimately, that's a backward step.
They digress, Deji.
You've not. You know what? Let me go one step further. Let me go. This is my last comment.
Breaking the knees.
You have not improved, bro. You've not improved. You have not improved, bro. 7th in the Prem and going down. You have no trophy to your name. You've not improved. Sorry, I have to call it out, bro. Take it from someone who knows. I'm having a muddy season. Cass is having a muddy season. You're no better than my club. You're not surprised because this is what he does. I think the thing, though, what I could assure you, though, is if you were in the Europa League, you probably would have won the Europa League this season. I know it's just unfortunate because, you know, imagine that. You pip Spurs to the Champions League spot, and in the end, you know, Spurs
meant nothing.
in the Europa League, a trophy you wished you had. You know what I'm saying? That's the Josh of standards. So for me, I talk about the fact that the managers have to improve on previous seasons. And let's be real, Unai improved on the season before. He got you the Champions League football, so you were in an upward trajectory. I think it's fair to say that Unai has flopped, especially if you don't win the FA Cup. If you do not win the FA Cup and you don't get top 6, it's a flop.
So that's where I've always said I've never found, and people take piss at me. I said, since January, for me, Villa has one of the best squads in the Premier League. I might even put my neck out there and say the best squad.
I want you on my channel to stream for me. Are you up for the challenge? You're going to stream. Bring in numbers, get people to like and subscribe. Are you up for it, Josh? If you do not get a Champions League spot and a trophy, I'm putting you to work. One show on my channel, 2 hours flat, and you have to stay there. No breaks. No breaks. You need to talk at the screen for 2 hours.
Little bit of Dulu Land and all that. That'll make me feel good. But when we're talking real, Deji,
I've actually been polite to you this evening. You can't chat to me, like legit. Do you know why you can't chat to me? I can get Champions League. Hold that. I'm not sure you can. I'm not sure, but you know what?
Deji.
So you can't talk down to me, mate. Be careful.
Deji.
You can't talk down to me. I'm not putting you to work.
Tell me.
Deji,
you don't believe wait, hold on, Deji. You don't believe winning this.
Not giving you the 3 points yesterday, you wouldn't be chatting.
6 points, not 3, 6.
Yeah, we're going.
Wait, Deji, let me get one thing straight. You don't really believe you're winning an actual trophy, do you?
Yeah, stupid. This is a waste of oxygen.
I reckon.
By the way, Ange is set to leave Spurs, by the way, so you must be happy with that news.
Yeah, no, he's going.
Matt Law come out of it. Yeah, so he's going at the end of the season.
I mean this with the greatest respect. You're not getting past Bilbao, which means
hear this all the time.
In the final against Bilbao.
You're not even beating Bodo Glimt.
Anything
if you do your homework on Bodo,
now the maddest thing, and it is very Spursy, I'm not gonna lie, would be for Spurs to be 17th, 20 defeats plus, and win a Europa League.
How can that be Spursy?
Now you're doing Josh.
Now you've just done Josh reincarnated.
Wolfie, if I get Champions League football, we're on par, mate.
No,
all
we're not.
we did was give you a helping hand. Pause.
No, we're not.
And as for you, Josh, if you don't make a Champions League spot, then I'm putting you to work. And Postecoglou is the biggest waste man in football. I'm delighted that Spurs have now confirmed that even if he wins the Europa League, he is gone. That's what you call a club with standards. I've been banging on about standards all season. Chelsea used to hold the same standards. They win a trophy, get rid of the manager. That's the kind of level when they see a little crack in the ceiling. So for me, the fact that we're getting rid of this brother, we're not even going to entertain the Super Cup with this waste man. We're not even going to entertain the first 3 games of the new season. Shows me that my club is fixing up and they want to get this right. What we need to do is bring in the right man for the job. Iriola, Glasner, Marco Silva, Pochettino, of that ilk. And I will be a very, very happy.
Okay, stop filibustering.
No one can chat rubbish with me. Can you?
I deserve it. I deserve to win more than you.
Can you do one thing for me before Patrick answers me the question?
Yeah.
Can you just confirm that I was right?
About what?
I told you from before the season started.
You want me to get out some receipts, Deji?
Your team is one of the worst teams that I've seen in my life, and true to form.
By the way,
Deji, is your team one of the worst teams you've seen in your life?
Bro, No,
You're
there's a difference.
You're 16. No, there isn't.
Remember,
Yes, it's
United. Listen, Wolfie. United.
The
have
difference is
changed
United
manager.
have trophies.
Imagine this is Piccadilly's performances with a new manager bounce. We know that the issue at Spurs is our manager.
This season, Deji, yeah, you said Chelsea are the worst team you've ever seen, Man City are the worst team you've ever seen, Man United's the worst team you've ever seen. But I've never heard you really. I've never really heard you say anything about your club.
Do you want me to break it down? Joey, you agree with me that this is one of the worst Chelsea teams we've seen in recent years, true or false? Yeah. Patrick, you've lost 9 Premier League games this season. This is one of the worst teams, true or false? Huh?
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So
Okay, and me.
You've lost 15 games this season, Cass. We know that every time.
And how many have you lost?
Turn up in the Prem,
It's also likely to lose.
Yeah, but this ain't the Prem. But what about you? How many have you lost?
Bro, I've owned that, but the difference between me and you is
You ain't owned shit.
I will be in Bilbao.
Yeah, call you.
Yeah, but we're your team. We're your team.
But if you're playing Bilbao in Bilbao, you're probably gonna lose. Do you understand that?
No, Joey, you're hoping for that.
Why? Why am I
Wow.
hoping? You guys have never proved anything for me to hope any other.
Last time-
I'm sorry,
Barry-
but Deji's getting away with murder here. He's getting away with murder.
Reggie,
Last time we done this, he said it at Liverpool and it happened.
Why should I, as a if I'm erasing my hate for Tottenham, okay? I'm erasing my hate for Tottenham. I'm trying to speak to you as a
because I don't want
person.
to get mad.
No, I'm trying to speak to you as a person. If I don't hate Tottenham, I don't. What in your history, or with any of these players' histories,
Or with this manager,
makes me believe that you're gonna beat a team that's playing a final in their hometown?
Let me tell you why.
And I don't want to eliminate Man United because I do think Man United can beat them as well. But why
Let me tell you.
Sure.
And I don't want you to take what I'm about to say next personal. It's just football banter.
Oh my
there
god!
we go. There we go. There we go.
This guy.
My club is from the school of hard knocks. We worked from the ground up. You man, fraudulently got your way onto this table. And Joey, as much as
that's fair, but why are we talking? Why is that?
What I'm trying to say, bro.
Your team.
Let's not Joey. No.
Why do we have to go?
No. Chelsea should not be at this table. Your sugar daddy left, and you've been crap. What have you done?
What are we talking about history for?
When your sugar daddy left, what did you do? Can I tell you? Let me tell you what Chelsea has achieved since their sugar daddy left. Europa Conference League. You can't chat to me, Joey.
We've won the Europa League twice.
No, bro.
We've won it twice.
No, bro. You're
Why
not on my
are
level.
you doing this to yourself?
Because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you, whether you like it or not, and I'm going to say this before Patrick brings his question.
I just want to answer to my question.
Between us right now, and Wolfie, back me on this.
It's story time. Every time I ask a question, it becomes story time.
Let me tell you what we're going for. I'm going for the Champions League. You're going for the Europa League.
You're going for the record defeats is what you're going for, bro.
Bro, am I not going for a Champions League football next season? Yes or no?
No.
So you in the Europa League.
I know what you're going for. Do you know?